Hey, how y'all doing today? Chris with Goat Madness, and today we're going to walk you through the process of how we do our handmade goat milk soaps. Farm made and handmade, and this right here is facts that we do it. We've got palm oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, and we also have distilled water, our goat milk, castor oil, sodium lactate, fragrance oil, lye. So those are the main ingredients that we use to make our soaps. So what I'm going to do is right now I'm going to go ahead and get the lye water ready. And we're going to take this right here and we're going to mix that in with some water, and we're going to let that come up to temperature while we mix up everything else. And then we're going to get everything to come in within about 10 degrees of each other, and then we'll start mixing and getting from there. So just give me a couple minutes and check it out, and you can see exactly how we do this. We're messing with lye. Always make sure you have your protective gear on, a mask. Keep you from breathing that directly in, because lye is very hazardous. Get that right? And also your protective gear. All soap has lye in it, and lye is the cleaning part of the soap. But it gets to a certain temperature and it can burn you. We're going to go in with 4.6. And once we get that mixed in, we're going to take our water and we're going to add our water in as well. Okay, we're going to give that a good stir that around. Okay. And we're going to set that off to the side. Be very careful. Keep it off to the side because that's going to heat up to somewhere over 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, now that we got that going, what we're going to do is we're going to mix all our oils and stuff together. And then what we'll do after we get them mixed together and all in one container is we're going to melt them down. Again, this is cold press soap making, and we make goat milk soap. This has been around since 2800 BC. That's right, that's how long this has been around. And it's still an effective way of using and making soap today. And we're gonna actually put all our oils in here. Don't be afraid to let it all get in there. Just kind of smear it down around there so it'll melt down easier. Okay, so now that we've got those oil, I'm going to take a quick little break. We're going to melt these down and we'll be right back. Thank you so much. Stay tuned and we'll see you here shortly. Alright, and we're back, and now we've got our oils melted down, and then we also have our lye water, which is heating up right now. So what we do is we have this here at a temperature, and I recommend you using an infrared temperature gun to take your temperatures back and forth. So you are going to need that to make it a little bit easier. So right now we are at 65 on that, and about 62 on this. So we're going to go ahead and add our goat milk into our oil here. And there's many processes that you can do to do that. since we're using the liquid goat milk, instead of ice cubes, because if I had ice cubes, I could melt those down into my lye water. Like I said, different processes. So, but I put mine in my water and my oil there, and then I give it a mix up, and throughout this process of getting them at the same temperature, you'll see me come in and I'll do a couple stirs just to kind of make sure that stays mixed up. So we're going to take another quick short break, and what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to let these come down to temperatures, and we want them about 10 degrees apart from each other. And we want it to come down from about 130 and 110. Once it gets around those temperatures, then what we'll do is we'll mix them, and then we'll pour them into our molds. So give us a couple minutes, and we'll be right back. Thank you so much. All right, now that we got our oils in between 130 and 110 Fahrenheit, we can go ahead and mix our lye water and our oils together. But first we're going to go ahead and put our lactate, sodium lactate, in our lye oil here. Stir like that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our fragrance oil. No, I'm sorry. We're going to go ahead and add, I'm jumping the gun there. We're going to go ahead and add our lye water in. And while we're doing that, I'm going to pulsate mix it. And we're going to do that for about a minute. Awesome. Now that we got that stirred up, we're going to go ahead and add our fragrance oil. We're going to give that a quick stir. It's manual stir that. You don't have to overdo it. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and pour it into our bucket. Or I'm sorry, not our buckets, our molds. Pause it.